everybody, welcome to the Scott Show. This is the Smackdown Recap. So I wanted to give you guys a little heads up that we will be bringing you probably tomorrow the Survivor Series preview show. The next day is the TCW Fantasy Wrestling show, and then we have NXT show, which I'll probably highlight preview on Friday. Saturday we'll give you the review of the NXT show, and Sunday the review of the Survivor Series show. So you have 5 days of wrestling to look forward to. Actually 7 days if you count today and yesterday. So 7 days straight, and then you got 2 more days. Oh my goodness, too much wrestling. So if you guys love wrestling, you'll love our channel in the next few days. And a big time shout out to all the wrestlers that are going to be involved in the Survivor Series pay-per-view. SmackDown starts out tonight with Shane McMahon hyping up the pay-per-view, getting everybody in kind of a room, and they were all talking about their different matches. Sin Cara, Baron Corbin. They were all talking about the different matches that they had. And it was really cool because it was kind of like this big pep talk, former Paul Heyman kind of thing. And they announced John Cena as the final guy on the team, which was really cool too. And that's just what happened, folks. It was the beginning of the match, or beginning of the night, and it was really cool. They were at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. Tom Phillips, Corey Graves, David Otunga calling the action. Daniel Bryan comes out first and says, you know what, it was great to be back, and talking about how great it is, how great SmackDown is. Out comes AJ Styles. Daniel Bryan says, would you like a personal advocate for the night, to AJ. AJ says yes. Daniel Bryan cuts a Paul Heyman-like promo. Nobody asked somebody to marry them on this one, but you know how it works. And Styles said Heyman got it wrong. This is when he said this is a Rocky movie because it's an AJ Styles production. I am so looking forward to this match. Sunday cannot come soon enough, where it's AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. And that's going to be an awesome, awesome match. Then we have Sin Cara and Baron Corbin. Not really into this match. I don't really like Sin Cara anyway. I don't see him as a threat to a guy as big as Corbin, so I don't understand why they're wrestling. I would love to see Sin Cara just go to 205 Live. I almost called it 305 Live, but there'd be a lot more guys. 205 Live and just let us be, but you know, whatever. Corbin gets Sin Cara in the end of days, knocks him out, and wins the match. Baron Corbin moves on, and will face off against The Miz. And let me just say something about that quick. I am really glad that they are keeping with this Baron Corbin-Miz match, because it's going to be the most underrated match of the entire show. And I think it's going to be a really great match because the two guys can go. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to that match. And then you had Sami and Owens and the New Day. They are going to be coming up in the main event. The announcer plugged the 5-on-5 traditional match. Shane McMahon talks to Daniel Bryan. Bryan says, hey, we need to talk after Sunday. So, really interesting thing to set up. I don't know what it is to set up, but it might set up their pay-per-view and whatever they got going on, which will be kind of cool. SmackDown women's match, Charlotte Flair and Natalia. Natalia coming out as the champion. Natalia, she is a darn good wrestler. For no other reason, but she is a darn good wrestler. I just give her lots of props. And Natalia and Flair went quite a while, actually. I was quite surprised how long they went. But at the end of the day, Charlotte Flair is your new SmackDown Women's Champion. She raised it up in the air so high she did an interview and said, you know what? This is for my dad, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. And her quote of the night was, there was a queen on Raw before there was a goddess. And of course, now she'll face off against Alexa Bliss at Survivor Series this Sunday night. She said she get a text from her dad when she gets back to the end. She gets halfway down the thing, and here comes the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, the WWE to two-time WWE Hall of Famer. And Charlotte runs to him, hugs him, and Flair, he's looking great for almost being on death's door. The Nature Boy, rocking it. I got to give him lots of props. He's still the man. I can't say that enough. Ric Flair is still the man. So then you have Jimmy Uso and Shad Gable. I am not a fan of the Usos, so I'm definitely cheering for the Bar this time in the match on Sunday. I don't think there is a match that I am not cheering for the Raw team. I love SmackDown. A lot of their guys I really, really like. But I can't think of a one I'm cheering. Well, maybe the New Day. I love the New Day. So I might cheer for them. But other than that, I'm definitely cheering for the Raw guys. So all the only SmackDown fans listening to this, I'm very sorry. Jimmy Uso actually wins the match against Shad Gable. Disappointing to say the least. I really wish they would do more with Gable and Shelton. I wish they would just let Shelton go, and I'm hoping after this they let Shelton go and fight Baron Corbin and win the U.S. title. That would be pretty cool. But they got to do something with Rude and Sin Cara, and him and Shinsuke and all these other people. So, yeah, do something with them. I just don't know. And then you have the main event match, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the New Day. The New Day are so entertaining. They come out and they talk about, how dogs poop themselves, unicorns, make magic. And so you have the pooping puppies against the magical unicorns and whatever else. And it says, who wants to call themselves a dog and all this other stuff. It was so great. They even brought up Black Twitter, which made me just laugh like crazy. It's awesome. I'm just a big fan of the New Day because they have a move called the Unicorn Stomp. Just a heads up. The only disappointment to this is it did not set up anything for Owens and Zayn to do at Survivor Series. I really wish it would, and I would love to see the opening match be Owens and Zayn versus... Actually, I'd love to see him face off against Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews. They came out there, and I don't know why. I think they were the only people from Raw that were out there that I didn't understand. It's like, okay, why are these guys here? So, if they want to have some, I don't know, I was going to say collusion, but if they want to have some actual working of storylines and what they do, Owens and Zayn versus O'Neil and Apollo Crews, that would be the match that I would do. It's going to be a 2-hour show for the previous show from what I'm hearing. So that's the match I would have. Just a heads up. Heads up to the SmackDown guys. Alright, so here's what happened. Out comes the Shield in this match. So the match ends in a no contest. Reigns, Rollins, Ambrose, they come down 3-on-5. And then, just as they're hopping up to the ring, the two best friends leave, and the New Day start brawling with the Shield, which is going to be a phenomenal match. Then you have the Usos come out, then Sheamus and Cesaro, and then you have all the girls in the back who enter the women's locker room and beat up everyone, except for Charlotte, and then she gets decked by Alexa Bliss, and it just looked vicious. I wish she would have just sold it and just laid there, but she actually had her eyes open. So it would have looked a little cooler in my eyes. Here comes Finn and Samoa Joe, and like I said, Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil came out. I don't know why. The Hype Bros came out too, though, and they don't have a match either. Kurt Angle appears. Out comes Braun Strowman, and Braun just beats the hell out of everybody. I think that's why the Hype Bros are out there, to sell for Braun. He dropped Shinsuke Nakamura. Shane tried to go after Braun, but Braun's no selling it. And it was amazing. The Shield was left in there with Shane. They gave him the triple power bomb. And then Kurt Angle enters the ring and gives him the Angle Slam. Then they give him another triple power bomb. And I just wish they would end it with a Braun running power slam. That would have made Braun like the man. I don't know if they're trying to make Braun the man, but that would have just sold it for me. And I would have said, here's my money. Truthfully, if this pay-per-view was in Minneapolis, I would have bought that ticket and I probably would have upgraded. Because I did go to TLC, the pay-per-view that they had in Minneapolis. And while it was good, I would have paid double time money to go to the Survivor Series. Now, the Survivor Series is not in Minneapolis, so I'm not going. But I will be watching it on WWE Network, as we will be following that and giving you guys the highlights of the show. It's the 19th of November, Sunday night. I will have the review of Survivor Series up as soon as the show is over. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, at Scott Yazel on Twitter, I will have all the little info news that I want to post. A lot of times sometimes I'll just sit there and post. Other times, literally, I'll be watching it on my phone, so then I won't be posting on Twitter. So, if there's something good, something I want to say, damn it, I want to say it. And just the last thing, folks, just remember, you have 9 days of action, and actually, now that I think about it, it's 10. Oh my gosh. So, Raw, Smackdown recaps the last 2 days. Then you have the Survivor Series preview, the TCW show, the NXT preview, the NXT show, the Survivor Series show, Raw recap, Smackdown recap, and then TCW on the 22nd. You got 3 days off. We're not doing any sort of wrestling stuff. And then the 26th of November, it's the big show for me, as it is TCW Party Time, and we give you guys the new World Champion along with the Women's Champion, Junior Heavyweight, Tag Team, and Hardcore Champion. All of them will be named at TCW Party Time on the 26th. I'm really looking forward to it. It's amazing how many people are paying attention to what TCW Fantasy Wrestling is doing. We are changing the way the game is played, so check it out. On this channel, on the wrestling channel, you see TCW come up, and it's going to be great. The next two events are Lightning Heats. Those happen Thursday night, and the Sunday Night Slams happen on Sunday night. But the next one on Sunday will be Party Time on the 26th. So you guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the pay-per-view, and enjoy NXT. But come back tomorrow, and we'll give you guys the details on SmackDown and Raw as they face off at the Survivor Series. Have a good night, folks, and we'll see you real soon.